Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah Acheng Udhiambo, and yeah, my content is about depression, anxiety, and yeah, self healing journey for those people who are going through it. And yeah, sorry, guys, I know usiku. It's like I think around 12. Everyone is asleep, and since the first video wasn't audible enough, I've decided to do it in the sitting room because yeah, my son is asleep right now. My daughter is doing something on her tablet, so but in the room, yeah. So I almost missed out on doing this video tonight because I'm feeling like I'm having like a cold, but yeah, I'll just clear my throat as we go because niliamua, you guys, in part of my journey, I'm battling procrastination. Na ndo convince yourself you're not bewitched by your villagers. You have to fight procrastination. You have to overcome it because it's also an effect of trauma. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, so yeah, let's dive right into story ya leo. So I left the first video on after the drama that happened in our village, and yeah, it was super ugly, and for a child going through that at that point of life, it was bad, you know. Aunties when ulikuwa unaona every other time at home, expecting them to be, have all turned their backs on you at that point. Excuse, and not that we're not in communication right now. Some of my aunties we talk here and there, but we've never really talked about it, about what was done and what was said, because we were young, we were watching, and people would come and tell us, let me tell you something. An enemy of your mom is your enemy. Yeah, so you're in a story of another day. Yeah, but either way, things happen in the village that affected me greatly, and I saw life coming, as in it's like the poems used to sing, mama akikufa, baba akikufa, sijui nini tunateseka. Yani, wewe umeimba hizi mashairi huko shule, not knowing that one day, as in now your dad won't be there. And there's this thing about society, by the way, putting it out there, like, when your father dies, hardship undermines this family, there's that concept. Life will change. Of which ideally, for me, I feel like I'm trying to change that point, especially, okay, we'll get into this story later, but just to brief you, my daughter, the dad passed away back in 2001. And let me tell you something, I saw this cycle repeating itself, and it even got things worse, But, yeah, here's where I'm saying, it doesn't have to be like that. And you know why? As much as the father is very significant in a household, in a child, especially a daughter's life, he's very significant. And for girls, they go through so much. For me, let me tell you something. Mi nilijua, if there's something I never thought, even through my self-healing journey, now my spiritual path of enlightenment, I never thought I had daddy issues. By the way, I used to convince myself, you know what, me, I experienced my dad's affection, so I don't think I'm in any way, form or manner, similar to the chicks who are raised up without their dads. Well, Yo, rude awakening. Anyway, so dad is buried. I'm going back home to Nairobi to sit for my exam. It's ugly. I'm terrified. I've seen things I never thought I'd see. I've seen my relatives act in ways I never thought wanaweza act. Unajua ni makuzo hapo kama mtani watch wamama zenyu walidu vitu of which me I think one problem with me is I tend to forgive and forget very quickly, but in between hapo, forgiving and forgetting when your subconscious is also recording its own. So you feel like you consciously have forgiven, but your subconscious imeweka tu data yake tu mahali, and waiting for that day, whoever that person wronged you will pull a trigger. Then you react. It's more or less like hidden in your shadow side, So people are just there. So at that point, I'm home, KCP naendelea, then namaliza KCP like this. My cousin we were really close, is called Donald. Donald passes away. He was in Maseno and he was older than me like 1 year. So I'm thinking, wow, even worse. And it's just hectic. But anyway, my mind is now running like, what's going on? How cruel can life be? Why are all the good people going? Why are all the good people going? But anyway, so we buried Donnie. After 4th, Christmas comes that year. For me now, Christmas is dead. For me, Christmas is dead. Okay, I'm not feeling the Christmas vibe anymore. Sasa mumekuwa Christmas ni kama, it will not, we used to enjoy Christmas, and even there are times when my dad was still alive, kuna times zilikuwa ni tricky, but dad would pull a string or two anatokea tu Kisanta around 24th. Ndo mnaenda shopping ya manguo za Christmas nini viru as in just magic happens between the 23rd and 24th. Kado kanatokea. So that happens, it's building up on the trauma, and then I have to join Form 1. And now joining Form 1, Imora. Okay. So now joining Form 1, it's creepy. All these realities are checking in. Makiu before Form 1, kuna hiyo time sasa tumeintroduce you to jam session. And now jam session is just the place for me. F2. Now I'm running away from sasa vizuri, every Sunday. Mimi nangoja kwenda second service pale F2. And it is just, for me, it was dancing. Let me tell you, I never abused any alcohol at that point. As much as I was already introduced to alcohol by my cousin, I was, I could drink at that point. Not legally, but yeah. But I wasn't drinking at that point. No. For me, drinking was not fun for me. I just wanted somewhere where the energy is just different from home. So I'm out there, sherehe, Sundays. It's the safest place. Hakuna kwenda dunda. Ingine Makiu. And me, I had been going out once in a while, especially Livers Rock in the previous years, kama 2, with my dad's permission. and consent. Because I'm like, Daddy, this is the party for the leavers. Yeah. So, in the back of my mind, F2 is my happy place. And I am going. Whether I have the 60 bob or not, I'm going to F2. Hata kama ndaomba 10 bob watu wa sita, ndajaza hiyo do, ama kama kuna mse ako na neighbor wetu, those my neighborhood friends, na kuna mse ako na complimentary, mimi huyo ndani kinatumilo. So it happened like that in F2, and now hapo at your point here, F2 is when my relationship with my mom just took a turn. Because now unaenda wapi? You know, and every parent knew that F2 ilikuwa ni huko, ni vitu mbaya mbaya zinafanyika, of which true to word, but for me genuinely, and why I was getting angry was the fact that I only went to F2 for the sake of the music and the dancing. It really soothed me. Sorry guys, I had to pause that video where, my brother had just come from Shanks. We are building in Shanks, by the way. A new building for my mom. And yeah, in a different area, not where we had goyod. Because no, my mom didn't want anything to do with my in-laws at that point. And for her, just, we are going to a different area, not where my dad was supposed to build, because where my dad was supposed to build, even initially before he died, the small bro were built over there. So, and it was closer to the road. So right now, we're just starting afresh for mom, or rather, giving her the comfort of being around Imbo in her husband's land bado, but now a bit far from the main home. It's like a small distance, I guess. So anyway, unajua nasikia tu wind na kuna kakuku huko kwa kitchen. And me, I don't know, get along with kuku, especially if it's alive. And it's like a big jogo. So anyway, I think it had been, my bro was like, it was thirsty and hungry. So I don't know if it's something that's moving. It's just windy. Anyway, because it's around 11:30 at night right now. So, all that has happened, where was I? I don't even lose track of you. But anyway, so in the back of my mind, I'm scared. I had to go out and forget about everything. Because now, at home, kuna ile sasa resentment imeingia. And anyone who's questioning me about this F2 and where I'm going to relax my mind and just forget about everything, you're now becoming an enemy. Because you don't understand what I'm going through. You're supposed to see. According to me, I'm thinking you're supposed to understand that I'm not okay. But naangalia huyu mtu, naona it's like you're not understanding. I'm not okay. You get? So there's this miscommunication of ideas and thoughts, and actions. So you just think I just want to enjoy going out there and not being at home. Yet what is going on at home is making me more sick, more scared, more angry at God, So I really don't want to see things as they are. I don't want to accept reality. I know I'll change it. Let me just go out there and just think of other things apart from this reality. I don't want to accept it, and I don't want to sit down and think about it, like, and talk about it, because it seems like there's no even way out of it. At that point, that's what you're telling yourself. Hakuna njia ingine, that is not coming back. You never understood me, and you're not going to start understanding me now. So it's bad at that point. Between me at Atuelewani, by the way, at your point. And I'm not really coming into terms with what this woman is really going through, She's going through a lot. Like you see, she's never been a widow. There's no class. Her mind is on so many things. But me, baby Sarah, hapo nataka attention, yani ile. But her worry is on her last. The two siblings behind me. There's when she's like, there's when now my mom was really, And for me, naangalia hiyo, and I'm thinking, pia mi niko kwa hiyo group. Pia mi need to start sitting and thinking about huyo ata survive aje. But out there, I'm trying to show my other people, I got this. But deep down, nataka niangaliwe kama katoto. Nataka niambiwe aki wewe. Itakuwa uko aje? Unajua kama nikupatie hug kama mama. Na si kama mama ya mbabas, no, as in parental kama mama, like, mom, give me a hug, Tell me it's going to be okay. Tell me I'm not alone. And that's not coming. In fact, hata akili yake iko hapo at your point. Uenda kuna vile watu watasoma, ndo anaangalia vile kutakulwa, ndo anaangalia vile everything. And then bado tujaongeza icing hapo juu kwa haya mashida yote. Now we get a letter. My mom is being denied the right to buy our house. We've been evicted. Where? Rubia, at that time, things were hot. I'm telling you, people were evicted like this. Unapita hivi, gate. Our to eviction. Na tena they were rude. Now my mom up and down, stress. Her health is now on sijui what. My mom now is not okay. At that time, even during the passing of my dad, already, my mom alikuwa amechoka. She was tired. And at this point, these aunties want to come. Hey, guy, watch out, man, is strong to badai. So, that is happening. We've been evicted. You can't buy this house, Elizabeth, because you're not a civil servant. And your husband, who had made the application, is dead. Mark you, my dad had left a check. After making the application, the last thing he signed was a deposit check to buy the house. Hi. Yeah. Was a deposit to buy the house. So we've been told this house is not for you. I'm telling you. Mimi sasa. Fear. Shock. Ili hit home. As much as my mom was the one now, even worse. For me, I was like, Daddy, you have finished us. Why did you leave? What can I do to change the situation? it's beyond me. Hata kama ni kwanza kuget, yani it was, I'm telling you, it was bad. It was a tough time. It was really tough. So anyway, I'm like on 20 minutes right now. Let me do 25 and see if I'll be able to edit it. Ndo nisi break mara mbili. I tried to clear my memory kwa simu, hoping it'll be able to not consume so much space when I'm editing it. So yeah. Hey, it is now hot. We've been sent away. My mom now has to go to court. And the process, what we went through for those 10 years, ndo tukubalishwe sasa finally kununua hiyo nyumba, this house. What we went through. Used to dig. Unasikia ile inakuchimba. Every other day. The anxiety. The stress of in the thought. Yani, you're like, so many things are running in my mind at that point because I told God, let my life not be in vain. And it has always been my prayer since I was a child. Like, and purpose. And to live like for something. And to be someone in life. And if moving from Hurlingham to Langata, we used to stay in Bundeni. Current Bundeni estate. We used to stay there. And moving to Rubia was a change of, would I say lifestyle sana? But it was more or less, tumetoka huko tumeweza kuskate, skateboard, whatever. And now we're here. Watu wako base. And I think not even, Rubia was okay. But Mungari, nini, such things were foreign. So, we found Mungaris, yeah. So anyway, that happens. And this, what's happening behind the issue ya nyumba, those 10 years, it was really a time, a lot of mindset, mentality changed for me vibaya sana. Now I'm thinking, hey, like what is this? Can I ever change this reality? How am I going to run away from this? And at that point, everything you're doing, or rather everything you're trying to do, there comes this reality of, now how will you even move to the next level na hiyo idea yako? And at times my mom would go like, manoto where go? So you come up with, iyo Sarah sahi, dadia yuko, and it went to, iyo dadia yuko, baby, it really went deep, and it really took me years to heal from such talk, and to know that life can move on without daddy. You get? And another bad thing that I remember among those traumas was when I was so into F2, I'll come and talk about this later on, when it comes to now the kind of guys you date and the kind of advice most parents tell their daughters. Men will use you, Men will use you. Be careful out there. Men only want, let me tell you, it may sound like good advice. But during my enlightenment and when I came to understand and start unpacking baggage from my subconscious with men, because at that time I knew I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not sleeping around. No. I know myself, and that's why I had zero chills when I was relenting and going out at that time, going to F2. Because for me it was the music, and no one was understanding it was for the music, and I was okay with no one understanding because I'm like, you know what, nimetupa mkono. So the resentment continued, and later on I had to now join high school. high school pia imekuja na its own set of drama. My son has woken up. Let me go and check on him. Sorry guys, my son had woken up. So the trauma for the high school part was, hey, my friend, ndo ujue busta wako hayuko. Have you ever gone through that cafe from 1 year? My mom said, next time I'm not coming back to this school. I'm only here for this time, and then I'm getting a new school. I'm going to a new school next year. Where? Saizo. Mateso. Yenye iko kwa hiyo shule. Kuteseka tu ya maji, stima, kuna. Usiku tunasoma na ile pressure, whatever, ile pressure lamp. Ilikuwa tough times. Mpaka unakaa hivyo unasema surely daddy would have really been here. I'm so sure hii term pia mimi ningekuwa manga onye. I'm coming back next time. So you're busy there, of course, stigma. Uko like pia unasema tu because now kusema, of course, uko like I'll go and tell my mommy, for me this school is a no. Na wewe mamako anakuonesha zi. Sarah? Lazima. You guys, sasa I'm kind of sleepy, but it's around sasa imefika sijui 1. Na nimebeza citizen because of the cold. But yeah, so that's about what happened. Now from there we'll pick it up from high school trauma. Sasa hiyo kukosa ka pocket money ya kutosha, watu wanakula tu mandazi nini. Kuna all sorts of stigmatization, mindset ya poverty, mindset ya struggle, mindset ya you know, you really want to change but you don't know how to go about it. Nothing is working out, you're unsure of yourself, and you're alone. At this point, you're still alone. And the worst part is people think you're rude. People think like you have it all together, you know. People think like you're unapproachable at that point. So, yeah. So I guess for my next video, I'll be talking about how we progressed from high school, buying the house, finally, and then now 2 years out of high school. Not doing any course specific, not even knowing what unataka kustudy at the moment. And and sasa hapo ndo ndeka the juice of even what really led me to go to campus by the hizo 2 years zenye nilikuwa nje after high school. Sherehe ndo sheria, yes. But now Makiu, there are these friends I had, and the chick friends I had, or rather, who now led to me withdrawing from hanging out with chicks and started hanging out with guys more. And the kind of stigma and self-esteem ilileta, and why I really had to change now from, again, attaching to my feminine side and detaching from feminine and attaching more on masculine. And I'd rather just hang out with the guys because now it's too much. After high school, keeping up with Luku, you want to go out, it's too much. And at that point, kama umeitwa na a group of friends, especially ladies, they're hanging out with another generation of guys, or rather older men. And these older men probably come with older women who are doing something with their lives. You get? Someone is a career woman here or there. And then kula ako ka topic kanaanzanga saa zile tu ndo meet hapo kwa kikao, kwa bar. And it was like, hi, what's your name? Nice to meet you. So what do you do? Hapo kwa what do you do? Nilikuwa nasikianga tu ni kama na shrink. Embarrassment, self-esteem. Like, hata ujaingia kampa, hata ujui what you wanna be. Na saa hizo vile umevaa na watu umekana, hata ukai kama ndimu ndo amemaliza tu form for the other day. Unasumbua. na ujaingia college, ujaingia kampo. So yeah, so that one we'll talk about it pia you later. Otherwise for now I think I'll end this video here. Can't wait to share with you more content on the next video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, if there's anything you'd like to get clarification on, or do you like me to talk about, or clarify, or rather, or yeah, any comments you have, don't hesitate to comment it down below. And again, yeah, I'd leave you with this advice for today. Whatever you're going through out there, however you feel like you're not being understood, let me tell you something. For me, the worst part of the awakening was there's not going to be anyone who'll come and do that for you. There's no one who's going to come and tell you, you know what, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. They'll only come the moment you tell yourself it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You're strong. You're courageous. And the moment you start loving yourself like that, I kid you not, love comes. Love comes. I don't know, it works like magic. It's like a magnet. I don't know how I'll explain to you. But the moment you start focusing on yourself, things change, and they change for the better. So let's keep on encouraging each other. And now that you're walking this journey, and now you know, if you're listening to me and you know someone who is rebelling or being resentful over something, don't make it hard for them. Let's narrow it down to basic humanity, As much as someone is wronging you, as much as someone is all up on your business, the only way you can control that is when you love yourself and decide, you know what, this person's trigger is this and this, and I'm not going to trigger them. But since I can't control their response and their reaction, I'm not going to let them trigger me. No. It's not going to be a fight until there are two people fighting. But if you choose not to fight, you change the vibe of the whole scenario. And it's okay. The situations you don't really have to respond. The situations you don't really have to I don't know. It's let me not mess this video up by adding a lot of topics, because Neza and off track very fast. So anyway, you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you in my next video. Good night, good morning, depending on whatever time you're seeing this video. Love you all. Bye.